to the left, see ya. That's a lie.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. I am Joe Panther the third, and man, oh man, Ringside crew. It's 5 years of this podcast, the very first Australian wrestler we ever had on this illustrious, internationally known podcast was Savannah Summers. And that was like a few years ago. But now I have a brand new add to my fictional Australian Wall of Fame. Introduce yourself to my American fans.
Hello, I'm Kori Beck. I'm originally from Tasmania. I've moved from Tasmania to Perth. I train at EPW School of Pro Wrestling. I've trained for about 3 years. I wrestle at ESPW and STW.
Wow. So what made you get into professional wrestling?
Well, I've always loved it as a kid. I've loved it since forever. What got me into it is I really was into the women's wrestling back then. I really looked up to the likes of Lita and China. And, I just really wanted to get into it, and I wasn't aware that there was a school until I met a friend from Tasmania who does TCW. His name's Liam Lacey. And just how we talked about it. And then I met Lita in New Zealand, and I just thought, I should give it a go. Because it's something I've always loved. And yeah, I just found EPW School of Pro Wrestling and just enrolled.
Wow.
Yeah,
so,
I just haven't back since.
Oh, that's awesome. So what was it like the first time you walked through the doors?
I started out with the tryout day. It was pretty hard, the cardio, when I first went. I was really nervous and thought, I wasn't know what to expect at first, but I just grinded in and got into it, and I was really sore after the tryout day. I was like, oh, this is brutal. But I just got in, tolerated it, grinded through it.
Do you remember when you finally got the green light to actually compete in matches?
We do a thing called the trainee show, and that's when we get some matches, and then the coach is like, we call it the blue light, because W is coloured blue brand, and they'll be like, once you are competent in matches and we approve, you can have the blue light into the ESPW show.
Awesome. So when you did your first match, did you have gear yet, or was that a thought in process?
What was that, sorry?
Oh, sorry. When you did your first match, did you have a gear set that you wore that night, or was there something like did you not have that gear yet that you wear now?
No, I didn't have gear yet. I wasn't expecting my first match, actually. It just was announced on the group page. It's just like, oh, Kori Beck's having a tag team match. I was with Felix Young, versus Jack Edwards and Crypto Knight. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, like I'm finally having matches. And I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh no, I have to have something to wrestle in. So I just found something from Dangerfield.
So who made your current gear, the black and white gear?
Dinky Dye.
Okay. When you came up with that gear, like, what were you thinking about? What were some of the inspirations?
It was very random. Like, I just really wanted something to wrestle in. I'm currently getting new gear done. But the black and the checkerboard's very much inspired with the whole emo culture.
Okay. So what are some of the inspirations for the way your wrestler wrestles? Like who can help you out with some of the moves and the way she is in the ring? Like, where did you get some of those ideas where she comes up with?
My current moves I do.
Like your persona in the ring. That's what I meant.
You mean my character?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. I would say persona more than character.
Did you mean my wrestling moves or my character?
Yeah. I meant like some of the moves you do in the ring. Like, is it come from anything you saw with Lita, or is it something that you came up on your own?
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I'm very much inspired by Lita. I do the top rope hurricanrana.
Mm.
That's by Lita. I do a bit of high flying. I do my finisher is the Kori Beck, which is very much like Roxanne Perez does her pop rocks.
Mm. Awesome.
The sunset flip. I am planning to use more in my arsenal, the more moves.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
find
Are there
that.
any are there any female wrestlers or male wrestlers on the Australian wrestling scene that you really want to work with that you haven't had a chance, the opportunity to like work with them yet?
There are quite a few. Well, I'd like to work with Izzy Shaw. Haven't got that chance. One of my coaches, Jay Taylor. I would like to work more with Harley Hyde. We've worked together before, but I'd like to have more in ring with her because I really enjoy working with her. There's probably others. Tali, I like Tali. Mickey Fortune, I think she's amazing. I do like Axe Massacre. There are others. Probably the Don as well, the Don Michael Molione.
Hmm.
Stella Nix.
Awesome. When it comes to your training, do you like, is there a set schedule that you go by, or is it just like however?
I haven't been going as much as I'd like. Like I go at least once a week. Because I live up south, and the school's all the way up north, and it takes like an hour and a half to drive every time. And I have to juggle that in with my lifestyle with work, and it's becoming a bit of a thing. So I'm trying to work and trying to work up north and move up there. But I try to go as much as I can, really. Like this year, I'm planning to go at least 3 times or more once work settles down a bit.
Hmm. When it comes to getting the bag ready for a show, are you an early bird or a last minute Lucy?
I try to be an early bird. Obviously it's challenging with how far I travel when if I'm working that morning. Um, Probably, yeah, I'm very much an early bird, but I think if I were to be a bit late, I'd be like 2 hours early before the show. But otherwise, I'm pretty much trying to be as early as I can be to get the match done, get the planning done, get prepared, get my gear, my makeup.
Okay. So what do you think was your highlight for 2025?
Hmm.
Or highlights? You could have more than one. You could have a bunch of them if you want to.
Um, I think at a trainee show, I versed one of my friends, Ryan Allen. We had a really good match, and that was the match that at the time where the trainer's like, oh, we're going to give you the blue light and have more plans for you at ESPW this year. So it's one of them. I had a really fun match. It gave me more of finding out my persona in the ring and interacting more with the crowd. And then at STW we had a rumble, and I was the final two with Dylan Black, and we just like had really fun, in the ring. And then obviously at the end, I got eliminated unfairly by someone outside, but otherwise it was like really fun, really fun highlight to actually be, with someone last in the ring and just showing more of what I can do.
Is there anywhere else in Australia that you would like to travel to wrestle that you haven't been to yet?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to plan to go to Tasmania, TCW. That's been a big goal since I first started. Being my hometown and all, and catching up with old friends.
Okay.
And yeah, that's definitely a big goal. But otherwise, I'll travel wherever, like anywhere. We did go to Darwin. I think it was last year. My friend Ryan had a match, and I was managing him, so we went to Darwin. So that's one of the ones out of the way. But I'll definitely go back there.
Awesome. Are you do you feel when you get in front of a crowd, you feel more like electric when you're a heel or a face?
I haven't had so much experience as a heel quite yet. But as a face, I'm getting more of the hang of getting people to cheer for me more. Like obviously you're getting beaten by a heel, and you just want people to get behind you, and you're showing that, like, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm going to fight and make people believe in you. And that's what I like, when people are like, "Oh, come on," and it's just like you're cheering. It's just like, they what you wanted them to do, and you're doing your job right.
Okay. Um, what would you say would be like your favorite food of all time was like after a show?
Um, it's pretty random. Like after a show, I'm like really tired and thinking of, I have to travel after to get back home. So I obviously want my coffee or protein. So I go to the servo, really, like the service station. I'll get like a protein coffee or something.
Okay. I always tried not to eat after a show because after when I go to a show, I'm always eating something before the show, like a burger, like a hot dog, or some French fries. But like after a show, then you have to be able to say, okay, now I have to run on a treadmill for like an hour and 30 minutes just to burn off whatever I just ate. Like so. When it comes to being like the day of a match, what kind of music is playing in the car heading to the show?
Um, my playlist, I put on shuffle mostly, but my go-to is a Black Bar Bride. Um, Massive Black Bar Brides fan. I like Poppy. Who else is there? Paramore, Fall Out Boy, just all that kind of genre.
Ooh, Paramore is always cool. All the bands you just said are so awesome. Like there's so many bands that you go with so many different parts of like some people's career. What song would you think would be define your wrestling career as a whole right now?
Which of those I just mentioned? Um, I have a bit of all of them actually. Like I recently had a bit of Hayley Williams. I had a bit of red under my hair, and that was very much inspired by Hayley Williams. Very much Black Veil Brides as well, their style and how they carry themselves. And I do like a bit of Poppy. I'm probably going to add a bit of Poppy to a heel character that I'm going to develop. You know how she's kind of like acts kind of like cutesy 1 minute and then just like loses it, like acts real creepy.
Hmm, okay. Um, Before we go, if my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
I've got Instagram, which is just Kori Beck underscore PW. And I've also got Facebook, which is just Kori Beck. So,
Is there anywhere my fans can pick up any merch, any stickers, t-shirts yet?
not currently, because you'll have to probably go to like a local show. But I'll probably try and set up some sort of site online once I get to that. I'm currently having a new shirt designed as well, which will be cool once that's done.
Okay. Um, Before we go, if you could write a letter to a younger version of you, what would it say in that letter and why?
Um, I'd probably say, not to care so much about what people think, because a lot of, wrestling at the time wasn't cool in school. Like people just make fun of you and just laugh at you, and say, oh, you can't do it, and I'll probably, say ignore them and just do what you love, and give it a go. you know, that's probably what I
Awesome.
would say.
Love that. I want to thank you so much for taking this opportunity to come on Dudes at Ringside. Means the world to have a young, talented wrestler like you. Thank you so much. Please tell your wrestling friends. And if there's anybody watching in Australia, and they want to become a wrestler like you, how can they find your school?
Well, if they're in the Perth area,
Okay.
oh yeah, it's just search up on the internet. That's how I found it. EPW School of Pro Wrestling. It's in Malaga.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you
it
so
was-
much. I'm Joe Panther the third. Your turn.
Oh yeah, I'm Kori Beck.
And we will catch you in the next one.
Thank you.